Florent Menegaux, CEO of Michelin, welcome to Stanford and Systems Leadership.
Hi, Ralph. Very nice being with you.
So tell us a little bit about how Michelin is dealing with all of the changes in the mobility industry.
Very interesting question. A lot of people think today Michelin is a tire company, but we have a much greater scheme. We think that the reason why we are together is because we care about giving people a better way forward. So the best expression of this aspiration, this purpose of a company, is through tires, but actually we are developing in many other domains related to a better mobility because we are convinced that a better mobility is good for human progress.
So you have a company that's been around for over 100 years, a deep, rich tradition in France and all over the world. How is the leadership team evolving and changing the culture given the massive changes in your customers, in your channels, your suppliers, etc.?
Oh yeah, it's a great question. I think we are living through a revolution that is only happening every 400 or 500 years. So it's massive and it's hitting the company everywhere. The good thing is, as we are a 130-year-old company, we have been through a lot of different times, wartime, economic crisis, etc. So as a company, we've learned how to live through these massive events. Right now, we're undertaking a massive transformation in many, many directions. Technology, people, managerial, businesses, and you cannot imagine the number of transformation we have. Actually, we know we have an IT system roadmap. We do the same for our transformation. It's getting so massive and so complex that, but people understand why we're doing it, and therefore we're going to go through that.
So today we'll be talking with the students about globalization and you interacting in Michelin as a global company, and in particular, obviously, China as a rising power, a large market. How is Michelin dealing with not only the opportunities in China, but the rise of new competitors coming out of China?
Yeah, I use frequently a very nice word, which is global. Okay. As a corporations, we have to act in a global manner to get the synergies, to get the rationalization, to get the efficiency. However, to meet customer expectation everywhere we are, we have to be extremely local. So in the US, believe it or not, a lot of people think that Michelin is American. Mm-hmm. In France, of course, people think Michelin is French, but in China, a lot of people think Michelin is Chinese. Oh, and that's how we grow, is we try to be as local as possible when it makes sense, and as global as possible when we need it, when it makes more sense from a business point of view.
How's Michelin thinking about adding services to this business? You know, there's a telematics parts to your business, you're looking at digitization of tires. How does all of that fit into the big picture of the blending of physical and digital for the corporation?
Yeah, the way we look at it and the way I look at it is that everything will be digital at Michelin because technology will enhance everything we do. We'll be more savvy about our customers, we'll be faster in responding to constantly evolving needs. Technology is transforming the customers' behaviors. So therefore, as a corporation, we also have to adapt very fast using technology to be able to meet this new customer that we have in front of us. This customer wants to become what I call a consume actor, not only a consumer. They don't want to be the object of consumption. They want to be acting in their consumption, which is a very different way of acting. Instead of having a few market segments to serve, I said to our teams, now we have billions of markets to serve. Why billions? Because every single person, every single company, every single entity becomes a new market. So we have to be extremely efficient in rationalizing what we do. At the same time, we have to develop the enhanced services that are going to match every individual needs. That's what I call the new marketing for billions.
So if you think about these new opportunities, you think about the global nature of what you do. How do you think about bringing new talent into the company and blending new digital capabilities with a company that's very, very rich, in particular, say, in material science and manufacturing?
That's the big challenge. It's been over decades, the same challenge, is how do you bring the competencies, how do you make those competencies compatible with the existing culture, how do you evolve the culture of the company to attract talent we need in various domains. So we have more than 350 different type of skills developed in just research. We have hundreds of different type of skills required in marketing. And I was mentioning billions of markets. We probably have now to recruit new type of marketeers that understand how to use data to make sure that our offerings, whether product or services, are meeting the customer needs. So all these are transforming, so new skills are developing, and my take is that in 5 years, 50% of the jobs in Michelin are not defined today.
Oh, really?
So a lot of opportunities for people to join, because a lot of things, we recruit people for what they are, not for the skills they have developed, but for what they are, and their development will be with the company.
So Florent, you've recently become the CEO. You're about to take over officially, though you've been in that capacity, and you want to bring in a new leadership style, new capabilities, but yet you don't want to lose the rich tradition that has made Michelin who the company is. How do you think about that as you take on the new position inside of the organization?
Absolutely. This history is part of what makes Michelin what it is today. So we are a very successful company, but if we want to bring it further, so we have to accompany the transformation of the world. So then the question is, how do we keep and how do we enhance what we have? So, for example, we have values of respect. I say, okay, now the next step is, instead of just having respect, which is in itself very strong as a value, why don't we look at caring? So caring becomes our new respect. Instead of having communities in different parts of the world, why don't we say the world is our new community? And there are many things like that we are transforming and making steps that encapsulate all our history, but bring it in a much more modernized way. And Michelin has modernized itself several times during its 130 years.
Florent, thank you so much for coming to Stanford and sharing with us all of the exciting things going on inside of the organization.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, Ralph.
Merci.